Hi everybody, welcome back to Critical Mass. Well, we wanted to do our best of 2020 movies, but then the pandemic hit, and there really is no best of. There's a bunch of series on TV and maybe some Netflix shows that maybe we'll do something on those, but we decided we're going to do, for today, best movies of all time. All time, since we've been alive anyway. Okay? So that's what that's how we're qualifying it. As long as you've been alive during this film's making, it qualifies. So we're gonna see which one that you guys think has
that gives
the
you a
movies.
much larger pool.
This is true, but I've seen your movies and you're picking everything new anyway. Well, we'll see. Coming up right after this. So we're going to do movies first. We're going to go one at a time. Mark, what, in no particular order, by the way, but we're going to try and see if we can kind of one-up each other as we go along. Okay. What's your first movie?
Okay, first movie has got to be Back to the Future. Back to the Future.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say Back to the Future.
You know that's coming.
Why did it resonate so much?
Because it's a perfect movie. It's one of those perfect, you can watch it with the family movies. There are nuances that, grown-ups will pick up on that'll be funny to adults, and then children won't pick up on so much, like the sort
like the dirty parts.
Well, yes,
what you're trying to say.
The mom being interested in the
son and how icky that is.
Kids won't pick up on that, but it's an interesting movie. The whole premise of it, going back in time and sort of repairing what you've already damaged just from traveling back, that sort of thing. I don't know. It's a movie that I always loved since the first time I saw it.
All right. I'll give you that one. So, Back to the Future. So, I'm going to throw out a real old one for you. I'm going to throw out Robin Hood with Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland.
I don't know if I've seen that rendition. I like Robin Hood.
You probably have. If you ever remember seeing any kind of movie where a guy swings down on a vine, he stands there and he goes, "Welcome to Sherwood." That's Errol Flynn's version of Robin Hood.
That's a really old version.
Very old film. They have a full cast. When you see a battle scene in this one, it's a full cast. It's not CGI. Everyone's acting. And yes, it's cornball acting. But all Robin Hood.
Best movies of all time.
Except
cornball acting.
No. Robin Hood, I've seen... how many now that I've seen 4 remakes of Robin Hood.
It's like Spider-Man, where every year there's a new one, and it's the same story.
That's right, and this one still is by far the best one. It's the most enjoyable. It's lighthearted, yet they take serious subjects at the time. And Errol Flynn, to me, personifies Robin Hood.
I think the first one I remember is like Kevin Costner.
This is well before that, and Kevin Costner's was garbage compared to this one.
Okay, all right. I mean, it made a lot of money, but okay.
Yeah, did it?
Did it?
No,
Didn't it?
No,
I thought it did.
No.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Right. Okay.
One up me.
The Matrix.
I knew you're gonna go to The Matrix too.
You can't not go to The Matrix. Best movies of all time. And I know my movies. I mean, they're not old movies.
No, Matrix not too bad.
But they're game changer movies, right? Mm-hmm. So in cinematic. Filming and the strategic way they did the CGI and the camera angles.
It was a special effect.
It was
visual movie.
Absolutely.
More than story. Even.
It was a trailblazer.
Yeah. And in the first one, the story was really good. Then it dropped off.
I'm not talking about Matrix 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Had
10.
they left Matrix 1
as a standalone?
As a standalone, boy, perfect. Much better, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to throw out then, if you're going to do good movies, I'm going to do a sequel. I'm going to do Aliens. Okay. Not Alien. Alien itself was a good thriller movie.
I'll give you Aliens, though.
Aliens, though. When the military comes in, just the thought of the military going up against the aliens and they're not sure what they get, yet Ripley, she knows what's in store, and then the big standalone fight at the end with the Queen.
Yeah, I watched it recently, like 3 weeks ago. Just to say, just what am I forgetting? What am I not remembering about this movie? It stands up today.
It stands up today, and everyone keeps on saying we need more strong female characters. We have strong female characters,
and they were played very well.
And you don't need to make them all powerful to have strong female characters. Ripley is the perfect example.
Okay. Yeah,
What do you got?
that one. That
All
was
right.
good.
All right.
Superman 2. Not Superman 1 and
Or 3 or 4 or 5.
yeah. Definitely not 4. But Superman 2. That's when the three villains that escaped
Yeah.
from Krypton before it exploded. They got sent into the void. They escaped somehow.
Zod.
Yeah.
You've seen production of Zod.
And they come to Earth and sort of Superman has to take on all three of them. That to me personifies Superman. That movie encapsulates who Superman is, and he had given up his powers to be with the woman he loved, and then he had to turn around and
Give it up.
give it up to save the world, and it's that's Superman.
Okay. All right. I don't know if I put it up there with the top movies of all time.
It absolutely is.
But you know what? If you're going to go superhero, I'm going to go a real life hero superhero to a lot of people out
Well,
there.
I wouldn't call myself a hero.
Well,
Don.
and no one else would either.
Oh, you're not talking about.
I'm talking Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon.
Okay.
First North American film for Bruce Lee. His standalone picture where he's the star. And so many people are amazed at Bruce Lee's story, right? How he raised up and he introduced kung fu into the Western society and all that. One of the first people to open up a studio outside of the Asian market, and just his rise in Hollywood and his how fast he learned how to do things, and then his tragic death. But the guy could also act surprisingly well. I just watched it again the other day as I'm trying to do this list of which movies I thought were really up there. I said, I really like that movie, but let me take a look.
Yeah.
His expressions and his demeanor in that film are not only good for martial arts film, he's good acting in that film.
Okay.
And some of his other stuff, really corny, really cornball. Speeded up action in that. This movie, he was good. And I'll say that right up there.
All right. Yeah, I
Favorite
enjoyed that one.
all-time martial arts film.
Okay. Now I'm gonna bend the rules here for the next one.
You're going 3 of them, aren't you?
I'm going a trilogy, and you know what trilogy I'm going?
Well, let me see. Dum, 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 dum.
So Star Wars definitely deserves to be on this list, and you can't
Yeah.
you can't pause, you can't stop at one, four,
yeah.
5, or 6.
Well, everyone has their favorite Star Wars movie.
Sure, but that one
The original.
trilogy is a full story,
Yeah.
and it's the story I'm talking
It's
about.
the only one that really is a full story.
The story itself was so good that they had a hard time until recently breaking off from the whole Skywalker saga and doing anything else outside of it. The Star Wars universe became so small because they couldn't escape from that one story.
People to this day still want to hear more of the Skywalker saga.
It's coming back.
And do not mess with the Skywalker lore. Disney has gotten into so much trouble trying to change the characters from the personalities that people know and love. So I'll give you the Star Wars, absolutely, because it would be on my list, but I knew you would put it on your list.
Yeah, I know you would put it on.
So I'm going to give you... Let's go Rocky.
Ooh.
I know you like Rocky 3.
Yeah. Well, no, I like Rocky.
4.
I like Rocky.
Paul
4.
likes Rocky 3.
Paul likes 3.
I like all the Rocky.
You like the original.
But I like the original as far as acting and story
He lost that
is
fight.
concerned. Yeah, but the story. It's not just a fighting movie. It's a, fish out of water, the underdog, the true underdog story coming to win. Also getting the girl.
I can't argue. I love Rocky.
He wrote that in a weekend. He wrote Rocky, Sylvester Stallone. And he wouldn't give it up unless he could star in it.
Yeah.
And it made him a
Best move of his life.
best movie of his life by far. Not unlike, some other of his movies like Rhinestone and stuff like that.
What's wrong with Rhinestone? That's my next.
That's your next pick. So yeah, I'll get like Rocky. It was that first movie where everyone really cheered the underdog. And tell me, nobody wasn't waiting for Rocky 2 for him to finally win and become champ.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that.
Go for it.
All right. I'm going to take you back to space,
Okay.
and I'm going to take you to a remake in space. It's the Star Trek 2009 rendition when they recast the original series crew.
Okay. All right.
That was to me
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine, yeah. to me, they did such a fantastic job rebooting the series in that movie. I'm not talking about the movies that follow.
Yeah.
But that particular movie, they gave themselves an opportunity to take the Star Trek movie universe in any direction they wanted to go, because they made one slight
Variation.
time disruption change, and they could have made an entirely new storyline.
I was surprised at how well I liked the characters compared to the original characters. Chris Pine
Nailed it.
as Jim Kirk, I said, yeah, I believe that. The guy who played Bones, I said, that's Bones. That's the young Bones. I came out of that first one going, I really, really enjoyed that. And good job on that. Some of the story plots, okay, whatever. But I was impressed at how well I was okay with the characters. Because Star Trek is my area. I was going to say
too, though.
my generation, but that would be the next generation.
Me too, though. I was very, very skeptical going into it, because I thought, well, just rehashed characters, but they pulled it off.
They did. And, that's how you reboot. But you get those characters right and you're okay. If you don't get the characters right, it would have been a huge disaster. All right, so it's my last choice.
Last one.
I'm ending on a high note. I have to beat all yours and mine. It's Die Hard.
Ooh.
Die Hard.
Ooh.
The movie that basically all action movies have been based on ever since.
And every action movie spoof.
Everything. Bruce Willis's character in Die Hard, the not perfect cop who doesn't just walk in and shoot everybody and everyone dies and gets other.
Yeah.
He gets injured, his feet get cut, and he makes jokes. He's he's smart, right? But also the villain,
Yeah, Hans. Yeah.
Hans. I mean,
Gruber.
it's perfect. He did such a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, you could not ask for two better actors to play Alan Rickman and Bruce Willis.
That was lightning in a bottle.
That was perfect.
Okay, I'll give you that. Die Hard's good.
Die Hard. It's hard to beat Die Hard.
Yeah.
So
And it's a Christmas movie.
and it's a Christmas movie. Well, there you go. That's our 5. We could have come up with a lot more, but we gave up with 5 each. Those are our top 10. What other movies out there do you guys think should be on this list? Let us know in the comments down below. And until next time, we'll see you on the channel.